As you know what characteristics a light can have and how it may affect the scene, let's consider having more than one light source in your scene. Things get more complicated then. We need to work on the lighting balance. You cannot just place them randomly with random values. This is the most common mistake. The challenge is to have a balance between them. To create harmony, we cannot use the same intensity of the lights. We have to decide which light will be primary and make it more intense. Then use the less strong fill light only to brighten up the shadows from the main light source. Let me show you how to do it. I will turn this light off for now. This will be our key light, which is the main light. It's the strongest light. This light will also cast shadows. Once it's set, I will turn it off. Now, this is the fill light. It's not as strong as the key light. We can also make it larger and move it away from the object to make it softer. Its purpose is to lighten up the shadows. It cannot cast its own shadows when both lights are on. Now, let's turn on both lights. You can see that fill light is only making shadows lighter, it's not creating new shadows. Additionally, we can work on the color balance. We can make the key light warmer and the fill light colder to create a more interesting effect. The main light is giving a warm orange light, while the shadows are cold and blue. So you can notice that there are various things we need to keep in mind when working on lighting. It's good to work on this step by step to avoid confusion. I know that it may sound complicated, but don't worry, we'll practice it later in this course. Another thing worth keeping in mind is the correlation between lighting and composition. Lighting directly influences composition. It changes the perception of composition. For example, when we light the foreground of our scene, then the focus will be there. If we move the light in a way that it lights the building in the middle ground, we change the focus to be there. The areas in shadows, on another hand, tend to tone down these places, bring them backgrounds. Even though we use the same frame, camera, arrangement in the image, if we change the lighting, it may create a totally different composition. This is why before choosing the lighting, we should ask ourselves what the image is about, what is the main focus, what is our idea, and what we want to show. Is it about the architecture or maybe more about the context, perhaps colors or target audience? Depending on the purpose, we can present the space in many different ways. And one of them is choosing the type of lighting.